Hi. Are you one of those people that believes soon everyone in America will be forced to succumb to political correctness and its tyranny, and we can't undo its momentum? Are you a conservative or a Christian or a patriot and believe in the Founding Fathers' original intent for this great nation, yet you have given up believing that there will ever be a comedic champion for your worldview? Well, your prayers have been answered. Welcome. This is God's Comic Brad Stine, and this is for all of you that didn't know I had a show of my own on YouTube. It's been running for almost a year, so get your head in the game. All right, this episode is just catching you up to what everyone else has figured out. If America as a free society is to survive, you're going to need me. Ha! Lately, you've realized that you aren't nearly as smart and informed as those who watch Brad Stine Has Issues. So, if you're watching now, and you must be, or you wouldn't have any idea what I'm talking about, allow me to bring you up to speed. First, I must admit, when I was asked to create a show about my thoughts on my faith, my country, my culture, I was blown away. I mean, how bad has it gotten in America that you needed a comedian to bring some sanity back to our polarized nation? Only in America would they look to the village idiot for his take on life, culture, and religion. Of course, many of you do know who I am. For those who don't, where have you been? Anytime you want to join the 21st century, feel free to jump in. No wonder I'm broke. Anyways, my older fans remember me like this. Dude, you're an atheist. You don't even believe God is real. How can he offend you? Argument. Who is more irrational? The guy that believes in a God he doesn't see, or a guy who's offended by a God he doesn't believe in? What else is freaking you out? Unicorns? Unicorns! Oh, they're saying the unicorn word in school. Run, run! Yep, I'm a comedian and an actor, writer, producer. I do all these things. I just don't do them well. I was born in Indiana, though, kind of middle America. I normally don't bring that up because every time I do, there's always some guy in the crowd going. And usually we're related. Anyways, you can sum me up this way. I am a conservative, a Christian, and an originalist, which means I believe in the United States as the Founding Fathers envisioned it, as the greatest nation the world has ever known. If you're offended by any of those ideas, I've got good news. Your intolerance is crippling you, but I'm here to help, Tiny Tim. I'll be your crutch. I call it good news because if you stick with me long enough, you will not only be enlightened, you'll be free from the politically correct religious cult you've been sucked into. You see, I want to watch political correctness die in my lifetime, but first, I want to watch it suffer. So what's the agenda of my show? And yes, as a conservative, I admit I have an agenda, and it's this. Can we as a people, from various backgrounds and points of view, joke about and yet examine real issues in which we differ and still maintain civility? I've watched free speech get chipped away in America every day, and I'm not going to stand idly by and not do something about it. This is a movement known as being PC-free. And who am I calling out? Peaceable. People who are succumbed to the PC enterprise. So here's how it works. No subject is off limits. I will not censor your views. You don't get to censor mine. You don't have permission to call me bigot, hateful, and phobic, or anything else, unless it's true, and I promise you, it isn't. You don't get to continue to be a tyrant and a slave master towards me and fellow Americans that believe like me. I will make fun of everybody and everything, and that includes white people, black people, gay people, trans people, girl people, Hispanic people, Christian people, atheist people, and people who identify as not being people. So fear not, everyone will get a turn. Why? Because some people need to be trained in the fact that joking about someone isn't equivalent to hating them. PC ends when we choose to kill it. Or, if it helps the progressive, I'll use a phrase you agree with. We need to abort it. You're for abortion, right? Even after 9 months. Listen, America. The purpose of comedy, at its best, is to expose culture for what it is, right or wrong. If you don't think something I say is funny, that's your opinion. Your opinion doesn't make something true. It just proves humans have different tastes. That's subjectivity. Or it proves you don't like being joked about. And that's your problem. To yell and scream about shutting me up because you happen to be targeted this time is exactly how children behave, and I refuse to treat you like you're a little baby. Someone has got to put an end to this oversensitivity crap that has wussified America, and if you don't like it, put a helmet on. It's time to fight back. Be a big boy. Oh, and if you're offended I said boy, so as not to include you, look at me. I don't care. You are the problem. I'm the cure. I am your personal bipedal penicillin. But here's the important part, so listen carefully. What I don't want to be is another show from a conservative or Christian that castigates the left and its ideology so that fellow conservatives and Christians can high-five their computer and utter phrases like, that's what I was thinking, or I thought the same thing, or I believe like that, or even, thank you, Brad, for saying what's on everybody's mind. What good's a show designed to give like-minded thinkers something to think about? No. I want to create a movement where I train you to fight back and destroy the momentum of the PC movement as I unmask its roots from the Frankfurt School, created by a bunch of German Marxist intellectuals to implement into society what is known as cultural Marxism and its formula to destroy Western culture by dismantling its foundations, ridiculing its traditions, and criticizing everything that made the West and its greatest progeny. Cultural Marxism, or by the name you're familiar with, political correctness, is ruled by leftist self-appointed elites that believe they have the right to control and destroy everyone that doesn't submit to their tyranny. So, how am I going to go about such a monumental task to destroy it? Through edutainment, of course, using comedy. It was once said the greatest insult you can hand the devil is to ridicule him, so that's where I'm taking my marching orders. You're about to go back in time to when America could actually take a joke and maybe learn something at the same time. Join the movement, won't you? Because if you don't, you will become the joke while losing your freedom along the way. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm God's comic, Brad Stine. Let the games begin. Remember, PC free is liberty. So for all of you who are so excited to join the PC free movement, do me a favor, go to my YouTube channel, Brad Stine Has Issues, like and subscribe to it. Send it to all of your friends and demand that they too like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let them know that if they don't, you will come to their home and put a kink in their hose. That's right. Be ruthless.